Hey everybody, Rachel Caskey Art here, and I wanted to share a craft that I learned recently on YouTube. I can't take credit for the idea, but I wanted to share with you what I learned. As you can see, I have these adorable little boxes, and they are stamped on, and in this case painted and stamped. And I wrote bonjour on this one, and this has some twine wrapped around it with a brad on top. And inside this one, I made some cute little tags. They're little mixed media tags that people can use in their art, or to put in pockets or in boxes like this, or in their junk journals. So I'm going to show you how I created these cute little boxes, and you would be surprised what I used to create them with. I used simple toilet paper rolls. Yep, you heard it, toilet paper core rolls. So this is how I learned to make them. I'm going to share that with you now. I'm going to set this one aside and just start with one here. First thing you want to do is flatten the roll. I have a bone folder. It's quite used, as you can tell. And that's what I use to flatten the edges here. And then what you want to do next is get a pen, or, well, most likely a pencil is better, honestly, to make your marks. So let me grab a pencil here. I guess it would have been nice if I organized myself ahead of doing this video, but I do know I have a pencil somewhere. Let me grab one. One moment. Here we go. I have a pencil. Okay, and let me sharpen it real quick, because it bothers me when it's not sharpened. Oop. There we go. Nice. Okay, so what you want to do first is go 1 centimeter in from the edge and mark your make your marks here, and then you want to make your line going down, and you may want to use something like this that has a ball at the end, so that you can score the line. Oop. There we go. I'm just going to score it a couple times, and then you just want to fold that a little bit better. And as you can see, the other side comes out like that. So now you have that corner made. Flatten it back out and do the same for the other side, so that it comes out. So I would do it on the other side, actually. So get your pencil, mark, and then mark another centimeter. There we go. And score that as well. Okay, and fold that. So now you see it's taking shape. Easy enough. And what we want to do next is we want to mark the we want to mark 3 centimeters and then 2 centimeters, make 2 lines. So we're going to mark 3 centimeters and then 2 centimeters from the edge. So 3 and 2 from the edge, and then go like this, and go like that. This is such a cool way to upcycle or recycle toilet paper rolls, because I always like to find ways of recycling things like rolls and cans from canned goods, or even sauce jars. So when I come across things like this, I love to be able to share them with you. So I'm doing this on this side, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So 3 centimeters and then 2 centimeters from the edge. 3 and 2. There we go. There we go. All right, and then what we are going to do next, they do line up here. I'm going to take a pair of small scissors. You can use large scissors as well, but I prefer small scissors because you can get in there a little easier. And we're going to cut down to the second line right there. And cut this down to the second line on this side. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and what we're gonna do, like some people actually don't do this part, like they don't keep the edges, but I've watched one tutorial, and I apologize because can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she actually kept these to make the top of the box a little bit more sturdy. So she said to like glue these sides in, and she actually had the great idea of using clothespins to hold them until they glue in place. So I don't have a nice fine tipped glue that she used, but I do use Mod Podge. I did try using hot glue, but I don't know if it's where I am, but right now it's really hot where I am, and it's actually drying too fast, and it's not drying in place. So Mod Podge worked better for me in this instance. Okay. So I'm just putting a little bit of Mod Podge on a palette, on a paint palette. You can see right here. Okay. And I'm just using a sponge brush like this, and put a little bit of glue on there. As you can see, this is not rocket science. It's not perfect either. You know what? I don't think that's gonna work that well. Let's use something a little smaller. I'm gonna use a regular brush here, paintbrush. There we go, that'll work better. Okay. There we go. I got a little bit of glue on this edge. I don't need that there. Just wipe that off. All right. Sticky hands, put it in the water. Good thing I'm wearing an apron. All right, so let's push those edges down. There's one clothespin. And then push the other one down. And if you don't have clothespins, I'm sure that's fine. You just want to hold them in place for a little bit until they dry. There we go. So just do that for a little bit. Let that dry. I don't know how long you really need that on there for it to dry in place, but I'm just gonna push that on there. Push that. Okay. And what I'm going to do next is cut across this line, and this will be the front flap. And what you want to do is hold on to this, because this will be used for the bottom of the box. And as you can tell, this is taking shape. You want to score this line here so it folds easy. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, and see how that's folding? And this one's just going to fold right over too. If you, well, we could probably score that too. Let me get my ruler. There. So as you can see now, that'll fold right over for the front. It's a little bit boxy for me, so what they suggested on YouTube was you could use a corner rounder, or if you don't have a corner rounder, you can just clip the edges with scissors to round them off, because it looks a little bit nicer that way. So that's what I'm going to do, is use my scissors. Oop. Not perfect, but these would have ended up in the landfill, so better to use them than not. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, so just take a look how that looks. That's gonna fold right over like that. And cut that little edge off here so it's not hanging over. There. All right, so that's what that looks like. So far, so good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to make another line coming across here, 1 centimeter in. Mark it. Mark it. Make a line. Okay. And before I fold these, I'm going to go ahead and make the edges round as well, because what this will do is this will overlap the bottom, and I want the bottom to be rounded as well, just like I did with these. So let me grab my little scissors. There we go. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Or parfait, as the French say. Using that French degree I took way back in the end of the 90s into the 2000s. Finally paying off. All right, let's see here. And here. Score. Okay. And as you can see, this, let's see if it'll cooperate with me. Kind of push that in. And as you can see, you can glue those edges down. There are other ways of doing this that other YouTubers have shown. I don't like this hang off here, but it's not, you know, it could be better, but I'm gonna cover that up anyways. But I'm not gonna glue this yet until I do my decorating while it's flat. So let's go ahead and decorate this. You can either stamp it or paint it and stamp it. There's so many ways you can decorate this. You can decorate it with papers, or, you know, pattern paper, or if you'd like to do make jelly prints and use your own papers, that's a pretty cool idea. Actually, I have a lot of jelly prints that I made recently, and maybe I can use one of these or multiple. Let me see which one. That's kind of neat. This is Yupo paper. I love this paper. It's so versatile. This is kind of a cool design. I think I'll use this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this down to size. Let me see. I would kind of like that. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. Let me see. I will put that there, and let me see. I have a paper cutter that I can use to cut this, so I will get that very quickly here. Okay, paper cutter. It's my swing line. I've had this one for years. Yeah, let's put that there. Okay, so we're just going to unlock it and cut this like that. I love being able to combine things I've done in the past with new crafts or new art. So I made this Yupo paper not too well, a while ago, and this is the first time I'm using this pattern in one of my creations. So I'm pretty excited. It's gonna really jazz it up. Okay, so let's see, I'm gonna put that there. So I need to cut these down to size. That one. I don't need that water, paint water nearby. Okay. Okay. So there we go. That piece. Then I need a line here. I want to keep, I like that purple right there. Maybe we'll do the line here. Okay. Let's see. Right here. Okay, don't want to cut my finger. Nice and steady. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, there we go. A little bit off here, but there. And we're going to make the same size as this. So I'm just going to use this as my guide. Alright. There we go. That's kind of cool. I'm loving it. I'm gonna have to take this edge off. Okay. Very cool. This is bothering me because it's not exactly lined up. Okay, that's a little bit better. There. Okay. So let's do this. Ooh, I love, love, love this pattern. Okay, let's do another one of these. Let's see if I can do it this way instead. There we go. Better. Okay, so this goes here. That goes there. This goes here. This goes here. And we need one for here and here. Okay. I guess I should have waited to round these corners until I put the paper on, but I wasn't quite sure what I was doing with the base yet. So, let's see. Okay. Okay. That's gonna go here, and I'll make another one of these. All right, and I'll save this piece for another project. Okay. All right, and then, oh, I still need to do that part. So bring that back. Line it up. Line it up at the edge. And then I think I'll just hand cut this one. There. Traced it and hand cut it. Okay. I'll lock this so I don't cut my hand. Voila. And there. Perfect. I don't know if I want to do the inside or not. I mean, I guess I could, or I could just paint it. Okay, so let me see. Here, we'll make another piece for the inside. So excited to use this jelly printed paper I've made because I've just been trying to think of ideas for it. I did make a junk journal, but I haven't really been doing enough with it yet right now, so I'm reserving some pieces for that. But I just saw this project online and just had to try it. Okay, there's one for the, I'm gonna have to do one piece across. That'll probably be like that size, yeah. So we'll do this. Okay, save that. I'll cut those pieces individually. Sorry, I have a little bit of glue on my hand. There we go. Okay, put pieces in. All right, so that part is done. Now we'll just glue those on. Okay. I have glue sticks here. I'm gonna try that first. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna go back to Mod Podge. Actually, let me see this. Oh, this one's purple. I'm gonna go with the purple instead because I can't tell where my glue starts and ends because you can't really tell on the back of here unless you use the purple. There we go. Voila, as the French say. Okay, let's hold that down a little bit. Now a little bit of brown is peeping through the side. I mean, I can distress that with ink or paint it or just leave it as is. I think it's, oh, that's, I can use my bone folder to really press it down. Make sure it's flattened. There we go. That's gonna be nice. I like it. All right. Next, I'm gonna do a side piece. Let's see. That might be for the lid. That's for the lid. That's a good side piece right there. Although it doesn't cover the entire part, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, you can see the, I don't like that. Actually, yeah, I don't like that. Let's put that off to the side. Let's try a different one. I think that was just like one of the leftover pieces, but I could be wrong. Let me double check. Okay, that's for the lid. This is for the other side. I think it was one of these. Oh yeah, this is for the lid too. Okay. There, that's what we want. This one's cut down a little bit too much. That's all right. It doesn't have to be exact. This is for fun. There we go. Okay. Let's do the other side. There we go. My poor cat, Alex. His full name is Alexander the Gray. He's only 2 years old, but he's outside the door. He wants to come in. He doesn't like to be ignored. But Mommy is busy crafting right now, and I have to be careful because I have paint water here, and he likes to try to drink the paint water. And of course, when I'm painting, I'm worried about him getting his paws in the paint, so I have to keep him outside the art studio sometimes, and he's out there complaining a little bit. Okay, I need to cut this one down a little bit to size. Here are the scissors. Here we go. Yep. Okay, is that one slightly? Yeah, that one's slightly longer. It's not an exact science. There we go. Don't worry, Alex, I'll be out later. There we go. Sorry if the camera's jiggling a little bit. I'm moving the table while I'm working. Here we go, it's coming together. Let me flatten that a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Ooh, I just love that. It's so gorgeous. Okay, let's do the lid. Oh, and you know what? We still have to do the bottom too, so I'll have to grab the rest of that paper and make those pieces as well. I'm just using simple school glue. This one's Elmer's glue. we go. This one on top. Some of the ideas I've been thinking about for these little boxes is you could not only use them for making cute little tags like this, but you could make like little scripture cards and write scriptures on them and give them away. You could put little, you know, pieces of jewelry in them. I don't know about beads, as long as they're bigger beads, because you have to be careful that they don't fall out the bottom. There are better ways of securing the bottom, but I'm just doing this as a simple tutorial for you. Nope, I can't. I gotta get it in there a little bit better. There we go. I'm gonna have to glue the back of this because I couldn't reach all the way down inside. There we go. So, a little bit of crafty news for you. I heard it through the grapevine on a podcast this morning as I was taking my walk around the park that Michaels is taking over Joann Fabrics. So for those of you who love Joann Fabrics, they're taking them over. I'm not sure what their plans are, because I remember I live in Pennsylvania, and I remember when Michaels took over Pat Gatan's, and at first they promised that Pat Gatan's would stay as is, and I loved Pat Gatan's, but they did end up changing all of the Pat Gatan's locations over to actual Michaels locations. And I like Michaels. I shop there when I have money. But I am curious as to what they're going to do with the Joann's locations, if they're just going to liquidate some of the locations, or if they're going to convert some of them to Michael's. So we'll see, I guess. But here we go. So take a look at that. It's really shaping up here. Go like that. Close it. And I need to still do the bottom. So let's use up what I have here. This piece is really too plain. I don't really like that. So I'm going to use up this scrap right here first. Let's see. I'm just gonna trace the back, line it up with my scored line, and trace it. There we go. I'm gonna just fussy cut that out. I just like saying fussy. It's funny. It's a funny word. There we go. Okay. Put this here. Line it up. There we go. Okay, let's do the other two pieces. I'm going to put this here. Okay, we'll use the bottom. I'll line this up next. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Ooh, I love the bright colors. I'm such a fan of really bright colors, if you can't tell with my artwork. There we go. Boop. Voila. Okay, next I'm just going to do the middle here. Line up the edge. Cut there. And there. Okay. Where to put the scissors? Oh, they're hiding. There we go. Go. It's a big purple piece, but that's okay. It'll look fine in between. Boop. Okay. You know, sometimes when you see these other YouTubers and you're like, they really know their stuff and they're super sophisticated, and I'm getting glue all over my base here and my fingers are nasty. I'm gonna clean those a little bit and wipe it on my apron. But I'm like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. And I hope that you're enjoying this video and getting something out of it. If at least for the sheer joy of creating and making. Oh, look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. It's gotta stay shut a little. There you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna glue the bottom on. Okay, so let's see if the glue stick will do it for this, unless I have to use something a little bit stronger like the Mod Podge, but I technically didn't even need to get any in the middle here. It'll dry fast though. It's pretty warm here in my studio. I need to get air conditioning in this particular room. I have a big old house, and it needs some, it needs central air for one. So I have air unit. I have separate AC units and different, and like one in my room and one on the main floor, one of my kids' bedrooms, but I definitely need central air, or it would be nice to have central air. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's see if this holds. Just kind of hold it in place here. Nope. I'm putting my hands in there to kind of, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if it, yeah. I'm gonna try the Mod Podge here. Put some Mod Podge on here and see if that holds better. Okay, let's see. Let's try that. I'm gonna wipe off this brush. There we go. There we go. Please work. Please. Oh, papers are coming up. Hopefully my fingers don't stick to it. I definitely need to invest in a glue bottle that has a fine tip, because I really like that idea, and like in getting into the parts that are kind of popping up here. So fine tipped glue would work really well in this particular instance. But I'm working with what I have. And this is gonna have to do. Okay, let's see. No, that's not. I think it's because the paint is pushing up onto this part here. I do have hot glue, and I also have that E6000, that stuff that's super strong, it's smelly. I'm gonna grab some of that. Let's move up to that next. So we'll see if that does the trick better. Okay, so I have this E6000, and it has a vapor warning on it, but I'm not going to be using much of it, so I can always open my window behind me. Only problem is when I opened my window earlier today, a big bee came inside the house, and he was having a hard time getting back outside, and he was about this big and really freaking me out. Didn't want to get stung, but I also didn't want to kill it because it's not its fault that it got inside. Because my screen door, or the screen in the window is broken. I need to get that fixed as well. And so there was no screen where it came in. Oh, this is gonna work much easier. Oh my goodness. I can already feel that it's holding much stronger. Wow. Oh yeah. This was a good choice. Really good choice. Wow. So I used the E6000 industrial strength adhesive. Yeah, it's no joke. It's really, look at that. That really, oh, look, that paper came up a little. Oh, it's still, maybe I should use a little bit of that on for that paper. Let's see, make sure that's pushed down. Okay. So this is something the other YouTubers didn't do, was use the E6000. But there you go. Put that in place. Oh yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. What'd they say? Now we're cooking with grease. Look at that. Look how cute. Look how cute that is. Okay, let's close this. No more vapors. Okay. And yeah, cute little box. Pretty. the other ones I've made. I mean, this isn't completely closing, but the other ones I made, I did stamping using just a easy Craft Smart washable ink pad and some cute stamps. These were Eiffel Tower stamps. Let me see what stamp pad that was. Oh, that's the Crafter Square clear stamp for paper crafts. And then I also used a little bit of washi tape on the side of this one. Yeah, just this cute little roll of washi tape. And I used a brad on that one. You can use different closures. I saw somebody use Velcro circles. I think I have some of those somewhere, but I can't find them right now. What I did for this was I used this awl, and I pushed a hole through here and just pushed the brad through and opened it up. And then I used a little bit of ink on the twine here and then just wrapped it around. But I do, ooh, that looks like that paper's still trying to come off. It just needs to dry a little bit better. But yeah, it's cute. Well, I hope you like this little tutorial. This one's got to dry a little bit longer, but I really like the result of using my jelly printed papers. I'm probably going to do more of these with my printed papers. I have to let this dry, like I said. And yeah, so thanks for joining me, and happy crafting and creating. Have a good one. Bye-bye.